Hey, this is Russ. I'm back out on the bike. You know, it's been almost a whole week since I've been on the bike. It's been cold, and I'm taking the same path that I did before. Going through the grocery store area and shopping center area. I'm wearing a little bit different gloves today, though. You see, I got these red and black gloves on. These are old gloves. I've had these for a long time. One thing that I noticed with these gloves, oh, there's a lot of cars here. I gotta cross through here. Is that they've got these, they call it Kevlar. I don't think it's Kevlar. I think it's more plastic than Kevlar. That makes it kind of slippery on the grips. Yeah, there's way too many cars out here. What's going on? So why am I back out? Well, temperature went up a little bit. It's about 54 degrees. I think the last video you probably saw, I was mentioning it was 52 degrees and I was like freezing out there. Well, 54 is not that much better, believe me. It's kind of cold still. But I think it has a little bit less wind than the last time, so it's not as bad. I thought for sure the last ride was the last ride for the year. Apparently not. But I had the itch to get out there. And another reason I'm doing it is I did an upgrade to my GoPro Hero 10. Today they came out with a firmware fix. This firmware fix is supposed to help with the overheating problems and supposed to give you some better battery life and a couple other modes for stability when you're on a tripod, that type of thing. None of which any of these things really mattered to me because I didn't really have any problems with the GoPro 10 based on how I shoot and the fact that I'm riding when the camera's running, so there's always plenty of airflow on the camera, so it doesn't really overheat, for me at least. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to the same 3-mile path as we always do, and the reason is because it's cold out here. I don't want to go too far away, and it's kind of a fitting end considering that we started out that way. We started out our videos over there. We could end over there, but this is a different method of getting there. So you know, they fixed up the sidewalks here, but I think really they made the sidewalks a little more dangerous. Because as you can see over here, we got two riders across the way over there. There's no way both of us can get there. I can't get there, they can't get up. I'm gonna have to go a little bit more around. And we're kind of looking at each other thinking, how are we gonna do this? So I'm just gonna go on this side of them. Stay over on this side because the way they made these sidewalks, now you see on this sidewalk, if you see over here, it's smooth over there. The one where those bike riders were, they're hard edges. I don't know why they did it that way. If you watch the video I did the other day, you'll notice that it's got a solid edge to that, and that's just an accident waiting to happen. Somebody's gonna hit that and then bump on it, and it's just gonna cause a problem. See, over here it's nice and smooth. This is what they fixed finally. So whoever built that side, I don't know why they did what they did. They should have had kind of like rounded ends, I think. All right, so let's go this way. You know, depending on which way I go determines whether you get bright looking videos or dark looking videos, because the angle of the sun, the direction of the sun, all that kind of stuff influences the shot. So I'm not going to do a whole lot today. I'll ride around here maybe a couple times and then head back home. But I wanted to test out the GoPro again since I did the firmware update. Anytime there's a firmware update for anything, you never know whether you're actually improving or making your cameras worse. And sometimes they say it's a better fix, only to introduce more problems. so yeah, I had to come out to do it. Even though part of me says it's probably going to be cold, I probably shouldn't go out. But you know, the drive of trying to get out, get a couple of more miles on the bike, and then also test the camera out, I had to come out and do it. Now, you also know that I have some hydraulic brake calipers coming in. Well, I got a notification from Bolton Ebikes that they shipped it out, and I got a notification that it might even be in today. So if I get it, I'm debating whether I'm going to record it or not. Record my installation of that. Now the thing is if you record something like that, people think that that's an instructional video on how to properly install those brakes. I don't know what I'm doing. That'd be the first time I'm installing it. So do you want to see that? Is it right to put a video out like that? Because if you don't know what you're doing and you make a mistake and then people watch your video and they say that's the proper way to do it and that's the mistake, you know what I mean? That's the responsibility, I guess, of being a YouTuber. If you're just pumping out videos just because you want people to watch your videos, you have to realize that sometimes these people think that that's the proper way to do it and maybe you're doing it wrong. So I'm debating. Now I could record it, I guess, and then if it turns out right, then release the video. That's a possibility. We'll see. And yeah, I have not yet decided what I'm gonna do to make videos going forward during the winter months. Now obviously the knee videos will continue. Those happen usually Tuesdays and Fridays, and sometimes it's just once a week now too, but we'll see. But those will continue. The e-bike video is another story. I can't even ride at 50-something degrees of weather without feeling like I'm freezing to death with the wind hitting up on you. So I'm not going to be riding during the winter months, and that, you know, we're talking maybe another 6 months before I take the bike out again. So I mean, so do I lose a bunch of subscribers because we're not doing bike videos for 6 months? It's a very good possibility. I hope not. I hope you guys stick with me. You know, stay subscribed and wait until the next time I head out. Plus, I'm sure there'll be other odds and end things I'll talk about bikes and stuff, because there's always new things that come out. It's just my perspective. And let's talk about these perspectives too. Anytime I come out with something like that, people jump on it and say, you know, you're wrong and you didn't ride it, so you can't give a perspective. Sure you can. You can give an opinion based on what you read. It's just like if you were to consider buying a bicycle, you think you actually tried it out? I mean, even like the Rad Power bike here, you think I actually rode this before I bought it? No, I read some specifications and made some decisions as to whether I thought this bike was going to be suitable for me or not. It's the same thing that you give for perspectives when you read about new things that come out, and then you kind of think about it and say, is that something that's worth something for me to consider or not? So you talk about it. So yeah, I don't like reading the negative comments. I mean, I don't mind constructive comments, but you know, some outright mean comments, I don't like them. I usually will delete them. And if you use vulgarity and other stuff like that, YouTube will delete them for me anyways. I don't even have to bother. So I decided maybe I should make videos on things that I have interest in, or want to make a comment on, or maybe things that I've seen, you know, not necessarily bike stuff, just general things, and give you my 2 cents on it. But then I know if I do that, I will get people commenting and saying you're wrong, your perspective is all wrong, you know. Nobody's always right. Nobody's ever, well, okay, Russ is always right. Nobody's always right on everything. They tell you the things that they think based on their analysis, whether it's analyzed right or wrong. It's what they think. Okay, I think that's what makes the world interesting. So I decided that if I did something like that, would I shut down the comment section, shut the thumbs up, thumbs down off, turn that off too, you know. But I was told that if you do that, then the algorithm for YouTube will get all messed up and people won't find your videos. So you have to kind of leave them on. So I think if I do videos like that, I will leave them on, but I'm not going to read the comments. It's as simple as that. Some of you guys are regular commenters on my videos. I might read those. If you've been commenting all along, I will probably read yours. But the other ones I'll just ignore. Whether they're good comments or bad comments, I may just ignore them and not even comment back on them. That's just to keep me sane if I do these videos. So don't be surprised if I go to a different format. You know, it may not be what you're used to. You might like it, you might not like it. It's okay. It's okay. There's a lot of stuff out on the internet. But I still hope that you will continue watching whatever I put out. I will say, having these gloves on, they're warmer. But they are definitely slipperier. I don't have a good grip. The palm things here kind of slide on the hand grips. The other gloves that I had are thinner, but they definitely grip the grip, so you don't slip around and slide around. So what am I expecting with these new Bolton Ebike brakes? The brakes are made by a company called Juintech, Juintech, Juintech. It's a hydraulic caliper, but it's not a full hydraulic brake. The line is not hydraulic fluid in there. You use the standard bike cable, brake cable line that you have already on your bike. I'm going to replace the front brake cable though. I bought some new cables because a couple strands of the wire on my front brakes are already fraying quite a bit because I've adjusted it so much. What I'm hoping these calipers will do is have a little bit better stopping power, of course, but I know that they probably will not, because a lot of the reviews I'd read even before buying them saying that they don't really give you that much more stopping power than the existing brakes you have. That's fine. What I'm hoping them to do is that I won't have to keep making daily adjustments, because on these mechanical brakes I have to readjust all the time the brake pads. I have to move them a little closer, change this and that, and it just started getting to be such a hassle going out. I mean, it takes me forever just to get ready. I have to put on a GoPro, I have to mount the GoPro onto my chest, I have to put a vest on, I have to connect up the microphone from my helmet to the recorder, and that's hidden in the back of my body. I have to turn the recorder on, change the batteries. It's a whole process to head out. So adding the additional thing of having to adjust the brakes all the time too, it just got to be a little too much for me. So I said, if these hydraulic brakes have less adjustments that have to be done on a daily basis, that in itself will be worthwhile for me. Full hydraulic brakes will definitely give you better stopping power, and many of them said it's not that much more money, but the problem is that you have a motor cutoff cable that goes from your brake lever over here to the motor. If you hit the brake, it shuts down the motor so it doesn't continue to keep pumping power out to it. And just swapping out standard hydraulic brakes, they don't cut out the motor. So you'd have to have ones made specifically for that. I don't know which one to buy, and I don't know how to install that. I would have to bring it to a bike shop, and who knows how long they would take or how much they would charge. It just wasn't worth it. I figured the best thing is get those hydraulic brake calipers and let that take care of it. Even if it's not as powerful, it'll make the ease of going out a little bit easier and not have to worry about it. Yeah, I'm still sniffling. Yeah, it's cold. You know, to me, low 50s or even like today's 54, you know, you got little wind, but the wind blows on you when you're moving forward. It's cold. So yeah, I don't really enjoy riding in this weather. I don't like it hot. I don't like it cold. I have a very specific temperature. I would say, okay, let's say maybe around 67, 68 degrees to maybe mid 70s. Okay, I'll go. All right, let's go say 65 to 75. If it's between 65 and 75 degrees, I'm okay with it. My preference would be 70 degrees. Small breeze, but not heavy wind. That would be the ideal for me. I'll say that since I haven't been riding the bike in about almost a week, I can feel it in my knee. I can feel that my knee is stiffer. It's not moving as easily as it had been a week ago. And of course, I've been throttling and pedaling. Like I said, sometimes I pedal, you can't really see it. And you'll see me do the throttle and let go thing. Or sometimes you see me on the throttle a lot with pedaling, but you can't see the pedaling. So yeah, I'm gonna miss doing the outdoor videos for sure during the winter. You know, I had looked forward to that because I don't know how long, a year and a half maybe, I was doing the knee videos that are all indoors. And then I said I was looking forward to taking you guys outside. So when my wife gave me the go ahead to get the e-bike, yeah, I took you guys outside, and we've been outside all summer long. So that's a good thing. Now let's talk batteries again. The battery was at about 70% charge when I started out. I could tell that it doesn't have as much kick to it when I hit the throttle as compared to when the battery is fully charged at 100% and I hit it. Usually when I start out riding and I hit that throttle, that thing starts going really fast because this is a 52 volt battery. It's not the 48. But after the power drops down a little bit, you don't get that hard kick because the voltage now, of course, is lower. So it might very well be a little bit less than 48 volts right now, or maybe close to 48 volts, who knows. So when I charge this battery up again, I'm going to charge it to about 70 to 80%. I'm not going to charge it to 100% power, and I'm going to leave it again. And the reason is because I may or may not go out again. And long-term storage of your battery should not be set at 100% for these lithium-ion type batteries. You want to store them at about 70 or so, something like that. It'll be better for your battery on the long run. Now, I had already dropped the battery that I strap on the back of my bike on the rack. I dropped that to 70% as well. Right now I'm riding the one that's on the frame of the bike in the triangle. So I'll bring it back up to 70%, leave it, If the brakes come in today or tomorrow or whenever they end up showing up in U.S. mail, I'll install them. I'll take them out and make sure that they work fine. And then that'll probably be it. Then I'll probably be done for the year. So the brakes really won't get used at all past the testing day, and then they won't be used for about 6 months. I don't predict I will head back out until at least April, something like that. I mean, I bought this bike, I got it in April of last year, rode it for 6 months, and then, yeah, it's too cold then. So if you're a Midwest guy like me, you got about a 6-month period of time to ride your bike in decent weather. If you do it any other times, you know, before or after, you're talking cold weather. And some people do it. I'm not one that will do that. So I can see in my display, the battery power has dropped in the little display. It's between 3 and 4 right now. I don't use that to make my determination though. I look at the meter that's on my battery. There's a little button I push. When I push that, it lights up segments on the battery. I look at that one to make my determination of 70 or 80% charge. It's 5 segments, so if it lights up 4, I guess that's 80%. So somewhere between 75-80% is where I would put it. So anyways, I appreciate you guys following along on my bike rides for this past year. If this happens to be the last bike video, just say thank you for watching them. I hope you'll watch the other stuff we'll come up with, whatever it is. You know, you should at least watch and find out what I come up with. Hi. So, yeah, I'll have to test out those brakes. I may take it out one more time. So we may have one more video. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything. It may be just be a quick test and put the bike away right away. It depends how cold it is. Oh, and for those that had wondered, did I go visit Donut Jim? Because he had asked me to stop by. No, I did not go. It was cold. Maybe I'll go this week. We'll see. I think this will be his final week because I think the farmers market closes at the end of October. So maybe I'll go on Saturday. We'll see. If the brakes come in, maybe I'll take a test ride out there or something. But he never goes on camera anyways. You'll never see him. So anyways, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.